Good morning, students. Welcome to today's lesson on pedagogical content knowledge in biology. In this lesson, we are going to learn something about knowledge and then understanding. Knowledge and understanding, which falls under profile dimension, knowledge and understanding. So this is our objectives for the lesson. Objective one, I'm saying at the end, after you have worked through this session, you'll be able to identify the three profile dimensions specified for teaching biology, and then to assign a percentage weight to each of the dimensions in teaching, learning, and testing. You have to assign a percentage weight. And the last objective is to understand what you have learned and then apply them practically. You should be able to understand after taking you through this session. So as already stated, profile dimension, when we say profile dimension, it describes the behavior for teaching, learning, and assessment. Teaching, learning, and assessment. So in biology, the three profile dimensions that have been specified for teaching, learning, and assessment or testing are, we have knowledge and comprehension, which forms 30%, application of knowledge, which forms 40%, and practical and experimental skills, which forms 30%. So each of the dimensions has been given a percentage weight that should reflect in teaching, learning, and testing. So the weights indicated on the right of the dimension show the relative emphasis that you, the teacher, you should give in the teaching, learning, and testing process. Okay, so we are emphasizing based on the you, the teacher, you emphasize based on the percentage allotted. So the focus of the biology syllabus is to get students not only to acquire knowledge, but also to be able to understand what they have learned and apply them practically. To be able to understand what they've learned and apply them practically. So combining the three dimensions in your teaching will ensure that biology is taught not only at the factual knowledge level, but the students will also acquire the ability to apply scientific knowledge to issues and problems. And also the student will also acquire the capacity of practical and experimental skills that are needed for scientific problem solving. So these profile dimensions are very important. So you, the teacher, you have to emphasize on that. What has been allotted, the percentage allotted to each profile dimension. So as discussed, or as I've explained earlier on, the three dimensions in your teaching will ensure that biology is taught not only at the factual knowledge level, but the students will also acquire the ability to apply scientific knowledge to issues and problems, and then the capacity for practical and experimental skills that they need for scientific problem solving. Now we move to the first profile dimension, which is knowledge and understanding. Knowledge and understanding. Knowledge and understanding. So when we say knowledge, what do we mean by knowledge? What do you mean by knowledge? So if you are formulating objectives or specific objectives, how do you do that? Okay. When we say knowledge, okay, somebody has knowledge. It means you have the ability to remember. You have the ability to remember. Recognize. Okay. You recognize. Okay. You retrieve, locate, find. You have the ability to do bullet pointing, to highlight, to bookmark. You have the ability to also network socially, to bookmark socially, to search, to Google, recall, identify, define, describe, list, name. All these verbs, okay, when you use them in your specific objectives, then students are able to meet that. It means students have gained knowledge. Say by the end of the lesson, you should be able to state or recognize or remember or highlight. Okay, or if you ask a question and you start by saying that name this, list this, describe that, state this. Okay, when you're able to, or when you use these things in certain questions, that particular question is a knowledge question. When students are able to find answers to that particular question, it means they have knowledge on that angle. So in simple terms, knowledge is the ability to remember or recall materials already learned and constitute the lowest level of learning. Yes, knowledge is the lowest level of learning. When you look at the Bloom's taxonomy, okay, the lowest level of learning. Now, understanding. When we say understand, when you ask students to explain, compare, exemplify, infer, categorize, comment, annotate, describe, translate, rewrite, paraphrase, and the students are able to go through these things, it means they understand the concept. They go through perfectly, it means they understand the concept. You ask the students to explain the term translation, replication, transcription. So when you ask students these questions and they're able to do that, it means they understand the concept translation, they understand the concept transcription, they understand the concept replication. So when they are able to do that, it means they understand what they are doing, or they understood the concept you taught them. So understanding is generally the ability to grasp the meaning of some materials that may be verbal, pictorial, or symbolic. Okay, and understanding is also referred to as comprehension. Understanding is also referred to as comprehension. So we've learned a lot in this session. We've learned the first profile dimension, which is knowledge and understanding. So I spoke a lot. We learned a lot. We learned the percentage allotted to the profile dimensions. So I want you students to review this session. This is session 4 of Unit 2. So in reviewing this session, I want you students to answer these questions you see on your screen. So question 1, I'm saying state 3 profile dimensions that have been specified for teaching, learning, and testing of biology. Question 2, I'm saying explain how knowledge is acquired. Question 3, I'm saying what is meant by understanding, as applied in biology teaching. When we say understanding, how do we mean by that? So you discuss these questions on any available e-learning platform, and then you come together with what do you call it, a consensus answer that you all agreed on, that okay, knowledge means this, or understanding means that, or the 3 profile dimensions are this and this and that. So when you all agree on that, then you are good to go. It means you understood this session.